This is an example of a perfectly executed backhand stroke of a ball, which is shoulder high. And this is not. Even though, at the first glance, these two strokes might look almost identical, in reality, they are not. From the point of view of their mechanics, they are just as similar as their outcomes. So, let's try to examine what makes them so different. In this particular case, Philip does not mindlessly charge the ball. Rather, he finds the right spot, plants himself firmly, and then, from there, he launches his swing. The angle at which his arm is thrown upward is rather steep. And that is exactly the reason why the swing can be executed so comfortably and look so effort-free. Because of that steep angle, the arm is flying easily and swiftly. The swing action is not dependent on the muscle power, but instead, it is boosted by the momentum of the torso's mass. Notice that the angle of attack at which the racket impacts the ball and ultimately directs it could be easily adjusted by simply leaning or tilting the whole body back away from the ball. The whole swing looks very natural and cohesive. Philip even sticks his landing very nicely. But in this case, we've got a very different story. The major dynamics of his body's movement is directed forward, toward the incoming ball. This forward-leaning dynamics of the whole body, while contributing absolutely nothing to the velocity of the racket, actually stifles the swing drastically, because such forward movement can come only at the expense and the detriment of the mechanism which propels the arm freely. Here, the angle of his racket swing is very shallow. Pay attention to where the racket begins its swing. Swinging the racket at such angle does not only look awkward, but those who ever tried to do it themselves know darn well how awkward it actually feels. Biomechanically, the torso is simply not able to generate much of a momentum along the horizontal plane, and thus to assist the swinging arm in any meaningful way. The only force which could be driving the swing action in this direction would have to come from the deltoids, better known as the shoulder muscles. Of course, given their size, strength, and anatomical location, there is only so much that these deltoids are able to do by themselves. And that, certainly, is not nearly enough to produce an elegant and effective stroke like this one.